actually one of the top contributors to why I was losing so much hair.
This video is not sponsored.
If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I travel a lot. Traveling really affected my body as a whole. I used to show my hair loss in videos. It was like that. And towards the end of my travels, my hair started to fall out. So it went from being like that to definitely like a palm full. It really speaks to the importance of lifestyle. Like, yes, genetics tells us how far our body can go, but without a consistent healthy lifestyle, we might not actually be able to get to our full potential. When I started traveling, a lot of the things that were important to my routine and my lifestyle kind of started to fall apart. So some of the major things that I noticed, first off, sleep. All of the traveling and the not sleeping enough and just sleeping at weird times and not having a consistent bedtime and waking time, really did affect my body overall, particularly my immune system. The first thing I really noticed was I was starting to get these tiny little bumps on my forehead. And for me, my skin is like the first place. If there's something wrong, I will see it in my face first. My hair kind of takes a little bit longer to kind of see the effects because obviously it takes time to notice it. Sleep, so important. Diet, oh my gosh. My diet has such a major impact on my overall health, my hair, my skin. And I wasn't eating awfully while we were traveling, but I wasn't eating home-cooked meals like I usually do. Like right now, I cook every single meal at home. I was eating out pretty regularly, like a lot of really greasy food, a lot of really like sticky, a lot of white rice. Like the white rice, if you watch my bloating video, like you see what that does to your gut. And your gut is kind of the center of everything, very important. So that should have probably been a clue to me that like, something's going wrong. I knew how to fix the problem, but I just wasn't in the headspace and super focused. I was just enjoying my travels, you know what I mean? My diet was definitely off for months. Consider like your diet and what are the habits that you're setting? Are you in a good place? Are you happy with what you're eating? Like how much are you eating out? How much do you eat at home? Do you even cook at home at all? Just like these are things that you can think about. I feel like cooking your own food is so much better than anything that you could find outside of your house. Even like the healthiest restaurants or like food places that you can find out there aren't going to be as healthy as what you would feed yourself because those foods are designed to be addicting, to get you to come back. They're loaded with lots of things that maybe you don't want to eat that much of. Lots of salt and oil and sugar. When you're cooking for yourself, generally, like you're not gonna put a ton of that stuff in your food. And if you do, that's completely up to you. Diet was a big thing that affected my hair while I was traveling. Third thing, water consumption. My goodness, guys. Water affects me so much. When I don't get enough water, my body just falls apart. Like my scalp started to get more dry and irritated. And mind you, I was in a tropical place, like a really, really wet climate. So my scalp should not have been dry. My skin shouldn't have been dry. The reason why I wasn't drinking as much water is because it was kind of difficult to get the huge jugs of water that I was used to and accustomed to drinking. When we had to go get water, we walked to the grocery store, which wasn't that far. It was about a 5-minute walk, but in the Thailand heat, oh my gosh. I spent most of my time in Thailand. And like I said, Thailand is very wet and when there's a lot of wetness, things like mold and mildew can start to occur. And I've definitely fought the mold before in Costa Rica. Oh, memories. And my body was constantly under attack. When there's things in your environment that are stressing your body, like that is stress. There are other stresses just than mental stress. Like there's stress that your environment is putting on your body. There is pollution. We were in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is kind of known for not having necessarily the best air quality. So I was fighting that. When we left the house and we were back in the house, there was moldiness and I tried so hard to get a hold of the moldiness, guys. I tried so hard to clean. I just tried so hard to keep the apartment dry. But when you're in a wet place, like it happens, you know what I mean? So my body was under attack. And because my body was under attack, everything else really just does not do as well. My skin doesn't do as well. My hair doesn't do as well. I start to get dandruff and irritation. My hair starts to fall out. So I feel like this was actually one of the top contributors to why I was losing so much hair was because my immune system was just not up to par, was not where it used to be, and that's probably why I was noticing a ton of hair loss. Another thing, supplements. I'm usually very diligent about taking my supplements and traveling with supplements, but when you're traveling for a very long period of time, you're gonna run out of supplements. And I considered buying a ton and just bringing it with me, but we were doing so much traveling that I feel like I just didn't want to bring a suitcase full of powders and supplements. I brought what I had, and I figured, I'm like, maybe we can find something while we're traveling. Like I figured, I'm like, we'll be able to find something. We'll be like a health food store or something. Well, there was a health food store, but silly me. It's not like home. Where we were, there wasn't, at the health food store, there wasn't a ton of supplements like what you would get here. There were a lot of like teas and herbs, a lot of really interesting things, but I didn't have access to my usual supplements. So once they ran out, I actually had to buy some things that I didn't really want, wasn't really super happy with. You know, guys, if you watched my supplement videos, if you watched my older videos, you know I'm super passionate about food-based supplements. So the supplements that I was taking were not food-based, and I thought, I'm like, you know, we do what we can, we do the best with what we've got. So I'm gonna take these, and I thought maybe it'd be an interesting experiment because I do know food-based supplements are a lot more money than these synthetic ones. So I thought maybe if I could find a good synthetic one, that'd be something cool that I could share with you guys. Unfortunately, it was a bust. I feel like the supplements just inflamed everything else. It just made everything worse. Do you know what I mean? So I'm definitely not taking those anymore. Supplements can be very helpful. Taking the wrong kinds of supplements or supplements that don't react well with you or supplements that are low quality can actually be worse sometimes than taking no supplements at all. And that was the case for me. So those are the kind of things that I was really dealing with while I was traveling. That was a lot of stress on the body pretty much in every area of my life. My body was kind of being attacked a little bit. The takeaway from this really is you can like look at your own life and think about, am I living in a wet environment? Am I living in a polluted place? Is this affecting my body? Should I get an air purifier? Maybe that might be something that you might want to do if you're living in like the heart of a city and it's really polluted. Even just like trying to get the air quality inside of your home to be better can make a huge difference. Drinking more water, making more food, more meals at home, trying to go to bed and waking up at the same time. Like all of these things together are a recipe for a healthy body, and a healthy body grows healthy hair. All right, I hope you find this video helpful. If you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button to join the family. I love you so much, and I will see you next video. Bye.